Despite the weather today, you really are seeing some first-class thoroughbred horse racing, but then again, we knew you would. We'll take a break. After that, well, the LKS Mackinnon's not far away. Let's Elope is out of it, but that still leaves horses that have won more than $20 million in prize money. Yes, we put that together. Must be a rare and magical moment. Can you imagine to be the owner of the winner of the Derby? Mind you, did you notice the fella in the front of the picture? I don't think he backed Reading in the Derby, but there you go. That's what it's like when you win one of the great races of the Australian turf, and our Derby here today certainly was one of those, as it always is. All right, Peter Donegan, we're up for the Mackinnon shortly. As I mentioned earlier, let's elope out of it, but that still means that there's over $20 million worth of stakes winnings amongst them.
A wonderful field coming up, Tim, and the race has been put back 5 minutes, please note, and will now start at 4:30, and the last event is also back 5 minutes and will now start at 5:15. So the Mackinnon coming up at 4:30, the extra 5 minutes won't worry us. It's going to be worth the wait because we have a magnificent field in race 7, and we can check out the tote call for you on the 7th event, what they should pay in Victoria for a $1 investment in the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes. Let's elope the late scratching. Better Loosen Up, $8 and $2.90. Dr. Grace, 24 and 6. Rough Habit, well, not surprising to see him come in with the wet weather, $3.60 and $1.50. Castletown, 17 and 4, a winner in the wet in the Caulfield Stakes. Prince O'Leary, 13 and 3. Equidity, 29 and 6. Heroicity, 26 and 6. Vianda Cross right in the betting at 310 and 160. Star of the Realm, 23 and 6. As we go over the pace to Sub-Zero, 12 and 290. Captain Cook, he'll make the pace in the race, 37 and 930. And Royal Magic, 14 and 340. Over $500,000 in the win pool and $325,000 in the place pool for race 7. Well, as we said, it certainly is a magnificent field. Let's Elope, unfortunately, is scratching. Her Melbourne Cup preparation will go ahead. But let's have a look and see if we can sort out the winner as we take a look at the contenders in the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes.
Champion galloper Better Loosen Up has taken time to find form, but the David Hayes trained gelding showed he was back to near his best form with a slashing fourth in the Cox Plate. Better Loosen Up looks cherry ripe for the Mackinnon Stakes, his final lead-up to Tuesday's Melbourne Cup. Rough Habit is a multiple Group 1 winner who was nearly brought down in a sensational fall in the Cox Plate. Forget he even started. Rough Habit has proved he is one of the best weight-for-age horses in Australasia. The great mare, Let's Elope, has peaked in fitness for 2,000 metres.
Let's elope out of it. Let's elope out of it. Let's elope out of it. We're up for the Mackinnon shortly. As I mentioned earlier, let's elope out of it.
Kiwi stayer Vianda Cross will top off his cup preparation in the Mackinnon. The Caulfield Cup runner-up and his jockey Shane Dye have a point to prove. Star of the Realm runs his best races at Flemington. The VRC Derby winner of last year has looked picture perfect at track work during the week. The John Martrain 4-year-old will appreciate the dry track. Champion stayer Castletown has been set for one race, Tuesday's Melbourne Cup. The 6-year-old is a high-class galloper and capable of surprising the big guns. Lee Friedman's 2 greys, Adelaide Cup winner Sub-Zero and former Perth stayer Heroicity will top off their cup preparations. Look for them both to be running on at the finish. Or will it be the Kiwi mare Royal Magic to upset the big guns and the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes?
And his run at Caulfield when he won 2 runs ago was simply outstanding. He must have given them 15 lengths on the turn. He was poleaxed in the Cox Plate and he comes right into the race here and is certainly the horse to beat now in the track conditions.
Castletown's number 4 is another one who likes the wet. He won the Caulfield Stakes in heavy going at Caulfield 2 starts back and then certainly wasn't disgraced when 7th in the Caulfield Cup. He'll run well.
Prince Salieri, number 5. Well, he finished 6th in the Cox Plate. With an ounce of luck, he could have run in the placings and nearly won the race. He was stood on his head coming down the straight. He was mixed up in the interference at the 600 metre mark, and he finished 2.5 lengths from Superimpose. He's a definite chance here.
Yeah, number 8, Viandacross, of course, is the boom horse of the moment. Sensational run when beaten centimetres by Mannerism in the Caulfield Cup. As Peter said earlier, he went a lot way further than any other runner in the race. This will be a big test for him, but I'm expecting him to come through with flying colours. As you can see, it looks in magnificent shape.
The horse that I fancy in the Melbourne Cup at this stage is number 10, Sub-Zero, trained by Lee Friedman, who's having a great run of success. Terrific fourth in the Caulfield Cup. He was getting home well behind Mannerism. I don't think he can win today, but he'll be running on nicely, and it could be a good cup trial for him.
13 Royal Magic is interesting, particularly from a Melbourne Cup point of view. A nice run, went 6th in the Caulfield Cup. She's a quiet tip for the Melbourne Cup, and you can expect her to run a nice race here today.
So in summing up, with the hindsight of knowing what the track's like, Graham, what do you think?
Well, I've gone for, as I say, an old favourite, number 5, Prince Salieri. He looks in magnificent condition. George Hanlon's turned him out in perfect style. I'm sure...
Just when you'd resigned yourself to the usual menu of summer sports, along comes Southern Cross Rugby. Having returned to the scene of their greatest triumph, the Wallabies once again face the irrepressible Irish. See it live and exclusive tonight from 12:45. Southern Cross Rugby, it's gonna get you.
That's the scene at the start for the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes, a Group 1 2,000 metre race. Some of the best race horses in the Southern Hemisphere engaged here, and most of them are Melbourne Cup hopefuls. They'll be backing up in Tuesday's race. Well, I'd certainly have to say my favourite horse at the moment racing is Castletown, a horse I was able to see win the Wellington Cup in New Zealand earlier this year. He's a marvellous stager, handles dry or wet conditions, and Noel Harris, it gives him a chance to win his first Melbourne Cup in his first ride. 19 years ago, Noel ran second on Glengowan. I wonder if Castletown can win him his first Melbourne Cup or even today's Mackinnon Stakes.
Well, Nolly, these are conditions the old bloke likes, actually. The Castletown, he won in conditions very similar to this in the Caulfield Stakes at Caulfield.
It was funny to say the day he won the Caulfield Stakes, he wasn't 100% happy. In the Caulfield Cup, he just couldn't get going early. The ground was shifting underneath. Mind you, in New Zealand, it's probably going a little bit deeper. He has one on heavy tracks, but he's just as good on top of the ground, too.
Runners are moving into the gates. Gary Willits, your selection in the Mackinnon.
Well, Dan, I've had to come back to Rough Habit simply because of the way the track is. But the horse that really took my eye going out was Star of the Realm. I know the track will most probably be against him, but gee, if you've backed him in the Cup on Tuesday, I'd still keep following him. I think he looks tremendous.
He certainly does look sharper. He was taken up to Huntley Lodge after he failed in the Caulfield Cup, and it was easily noted at track work during the week. He did stand out, Star of the Realm. I thought he was the pick of all the horses that worked here on Thursday morning, but obviously a dry track is what he wants.
There he is, just going out of the picture now, and there's Royal Magic. She's come through a race well in the Caulfield Cup, so...
Well, she was in season that day, so there may have been excuses for her failure, but it wasn't a bad run. She finished 6th.
That's right. It's a very good run.
Now, only a couple of horses to go up to the gates, and they're 3 of the Kiwis, Rough Habit, Royal Magic, and Captain Cook.
I thought Rough Habit looks tremendous, Dan. He's come through that race, the Cox Plate, no harm to him by the look of him. He looked very bright doing his plummeting.
Looked fantastic. Captain Cook goes in. He's the likely pacemaker in the race, and Rough Habit. They're set for the Mackinnon. 2,000 metres. Light is on. Set for a start. Racing in the Mackinnon Stakes. Viandacross stood there and missed it 3 lengths. Castletown was a little bit slow into stride, and Captain Cook goes straight to the front. Captain Cook in front early from Equidity and Prince Alieri. Dr. Grace to 4th, a length away Heroicity 5th. Then Star of the Realm, and they were followed by Royal Magic. Viandacross getting up on the inside of Castletown. Then Sub-Zero, Better Loosen Up, and Rough Habit last of all. And it's 20 lengths off the lead, and Captain Cook has taken off with Harry White. Captain Cook by the 1500 has raced out 5 lengths in front. Equidity second, third placing Dr. Grace. Prince Alieri 4th, 2 lengths to Heroicity, and Captain Cook's gone further in front. 4 lengths behind Heroicity was Star of the Realm in the blue and white colours. Then Viandacross, Royal Magic, a length and a half to Castletown. Better Loosen Up third last on the inside of Sub-Zero, and Rough Habit's last, and he must be 25 to 30 lengths off the lead. Captain Cook, 1,100 metres to go, led by 10 lengths. Second, Equidity, a length and a half to Dr. Grace, 2 to Prince Alieri. 3 lengths away, 5th, Heroicity. 4 lengths away, Star of the Realm. Then Viander Cross on the inside of Royal Magic, a length and a half to Castletown. Over on the inside next, Better Loosen Up, and then Sub-Zero. And last of all was Rough Habit. Captain Cook coming back to them. They have 800 metres to go, and he led by 5 lengths now. Second, Dr. Grace, third, Equidity. Then came Viander Cross, followed by Prince Salieri. Royal Magic over on the outside. Going around them wider was Castletown as they run up to the turn, and they're bunched right up now. Rough Habit gets to third last on the outside of Better Loosen Up, and Sub-Zero last of all. Around the turn, 500 metres to go on the Mackinnon, and the leader is still Captain Cook by a length. Equidity switched back to the inside, joining in Dr. Grace. They were followed by Heroicity, running on strongly with Prince Salieri, and then Royal Magic, followed by Viander Cross. They have 300 metres to go. Prince Salieri in front, trying to run it down on the outside, Heroicity, and here comes Rough Habit. Rough Habit's running on very strongly. From them came Viander Cross, but Rough Habit loomed up 100 to go and hit the front. Rough Habit drew a length in front. Viander Cross played his flying. Viander Cross is the one. Viander Cross got up on the fence to win. Viander Cross beat Rough Habit. Close up in the race third. It's a photo between Heroicity, Wide Out Star of the Realm, and Equidity. They were followed in behind them by Prince Salieri. Then came Royal Magic. Back towards the rear, Castletown, Better Loosen Up, Dr. Grace, and the pacemaker last, Captain Cook. Well, Rough Habit looked the winner there, Gary, at the 200, and Viander Cross died, just bided his time.
Well, he certainly did, and you know, I don't know what happened at the start, whether the horse just stood there or something happened, but it was certainly a great run. He looked the winner all the way on the straight if he got the run. And I hope that silenced quite a few of Shane Dye's critics, because he's been a great jockey, and you know, he might have had one blemish on his career at Caulfield, but I'd hate people to remember it for that. But well, there was a couple of great runs in that. I still think Star of the Realm was a very good run.
He was an excellent performance, Star of the Realm, but you cannot possibly take away anything from the first two horses. Viander Cross has missed it, I'd say, at least by 3 lengths. He drew barrier 4. Let's go back to the start and look towards the inside barrier 4 in the pink and turquoise colours. And he virtually just stood in the gates. There he comes out now. There's 3 or 4 in front of him, Gary.
Well, I can't honestly see what's happened to him, Dan, whether the horse just hasn't jumped or whether he's perhaps had his head on the side or something. But it didn't actually matter the way the race turned out, because he got home better than anything. You can see here that Shane Dye is out of range. He gets interfered with there. It's him one off the fence. He can't get a run here. Captain Cook's still just in the orange colours just outside of him. Horse has gone back to the fence. Now he's got a run. He's got between Captain Cook. Dr. Grace is outside Captain Cook. Prince Salieri. Star of the Realm, you can see he's 4 in, 5 in from the outside in the blue. He hasn't got a lot of room yet. Rough Habit's just in front of Star of the Realm. 3 from the outside, 4 from the outside.
And this is where Prince Salieri comes in front of Viander Cross, so his run's blocked again.
That's right. Right in front of him. He's checked here, and he's done a great job to get going again, this horse.
Gee, what a performance.
It's a great run.
And the jeers from the crowd, no doubt some of the fans who backed the horse in the Caulfield Cup, but it's just a phenomenal performance today by he and Rough Habit, who was hailed the winner at the 150-metre point.
Another shot of this. You can just see where you watch Prince Salieri will just shift over in front of Viander Cross. The run was definitely there for Viander Cross. Now he's had to check here. Come back outside. Star of the Realm, you can see outside Sub-Zero. He's getting home very well.
Gee,
and I still think that Star of the Realm on a dry track might be the one to beat the Melbourne Cup.
Super performance. Viander Cross, the winner. Second was Rough Habit, number 3, and third, Equidity, number 6. John Wheeler, the winning trainer. He must be a very pleased man going into Tuesday's Melbourne Cup, Peter.
Well, I'd say he would be, Dan, and John Wheeler's down here now, a Quinella, but what a performance by the winner. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, sensational. I don't even think the owners realised they'd won until I turned around and said, "You've got it." But no, it was a marvellous run. Once he got the speed, he just took off, yeah.
Did it worry that he missed the start because he got up into the field fairly quickly?
Yeah, it worried me a little bit at the 1,000 when Captain Cook was miles out in front, but I had shades of Vo Rogue too. But no, I wasn't really in any worry, really.
Well, when Rough Habit hit the front and he was finding trouble, surely you must have thought, well, he'll do a good job to run for the field.
I thought we were going to run first and second at that point, to be honest. Viander Cross was just waiting for a split. He held up for a long time.
Well, that's got to give you a tremendous amount of confidence into the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to have the horse, yeah.
Now, this is an interesting reception, mixed with boos and jeers, but Well, I think they should be applauding a champion racehorse, really.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. It's one of those things, they like to serve it up to Shane and he's got to wear it.
John, just one other thing. Your disappointment has been well documented about Rough Habit, and I suppose his good run today only confirms that disappointment.
Oh, yeah, I think enough's been said about it, but yeah, it's unfortunate when things like that happen.
Well, I'm sure you've got reasons to smile now, and a great Melbourne Cup trial, John Wheeler. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, yeah.
John Wheeler training the Quinella here in the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes, and that performance will live long in the memory of everyone who's seen it here at Flemington this afternoon. Viander Cross, a simply amazing effort to beat Rough Habit and Equity in third placing. The numbers 8, 3 and 6. Shane Dye's just about to go into the weighing in room now, and I think Graham Kelly is in there, so if we can, we might just hang on for that. The time 2:04.9 for the numbers 8, 3 and 6, and there's a great gaggle of pressmen, photographers, television cameras all around the area at the moment, and I'm sure the thoughts of Shane Dye will certainly be very interesting as he weighs in now and gets off the scales, and Graham Kelly's in there, so let's go to Graham.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, it was a very good win. He never jumped. He missed the start 3 or 4 lengths. He just stood there for some reason. But it was an outstanding cup trial. You know, it's going to be awfully hard to beat, especially if a bit of rain keeps up.
And you settled him and got into a nice position after missing the start. He came up...
Got into a lovely pos. He had a little bit of trouble obtaining a run at about the 300. I had to check and switch around Prince Alieri, but he really did get to the line strong.
You wouldn't have heard it, but you got quite a razz, but he missed the start, and of course you haven't been the most popular jockey in Melbourne.
That's good. That's what racing's about. It's good for the public, and it gets them to the races, and I'm glad I can create interest in racing and give it a bit of a buzz, and that's the punter's prerogative. That's the word I was looking for, to cheer and boo, and it's just great.
Good, and you've won one Melbourne Cup, and how do you rate your chances going in on Tuesday?
Just as good.
Great. Congratulations, Shane.
Shane Dye, the winning rider, and just looking at that head-on, Viander Cross has been absolutely poleaxed twice in the straight. He's missed the start by 3 lengths, and he's finished up winning quite comfortably at the finish. What an amazing performance. Well, as darkness descends over at Flemington, we've just seen a performance that has lit up the day. Viander Cross taking out the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes, Rough Habit second, third placing going to number 6, Equity, and in the rain from Flemington, we'll take a break and be back in a moment.
Weight is there.
So there is correct weight for, as Peter Donegan said, just one of the great runs. He was just magnificent. Viander Cross, winner of the Mackinnon, and boy, what a trial for the Melbourne Cup. Sensational performance here, and as Peter said, that's brightened up what has been a pretty ordinary day, weather-wise, and of course thrown a lot of punters' calculations into disarray as to what they were going to do today. But there was plenty of money on Viander Cross, and he's certainly lived up to the reputation he had, and has changed his luck. All his bad luck's turned around today. What a simply stunning performance it was. The presentations are ready, and a darkening sky with the brollies up. We'll go down to the track.
Your Excellency, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, we've just seen the most exciting finish to a very excellent race, the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes. It's interesting that the horses in this race today probably make it the best we have ever had on the racetrack here in Flemington. The total prize money was almost $18 million, and accordingly we had a magnificent finish. We're very proud to have Louis Vuitton as the sponsors of this race. The Louis Vuitton is a luxury French house which is the spirit of travel and was first founded in 1854. Make the presentation on behalf of Louis Vuitton. It's my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Julia King, who is the chief executive of this company in Australia, and ask her if she'd present the trophy to the winning owner. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. King.
Thank you, Mr. Gadsden, Your Excellency, VRC Committee, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Louis Vuitton Australia, I would like to say how pleased we are to be associated with this race, and how proud we are that it was such an exciting race, and I would like to congratulate Viander Cross and her associates, Mr. and Mrs. Turner, the jockey Shane Dye, and the trainer, Mr. Wheeler. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
All right, yes indeed. The presentations for what was a sensational performance from Viander Cross in the Mackinnon today, and given the conditions, made even more sensational with those 2 checks that he had. I mean, just an extraordinary performance.
Well, the Louis Vuitton Mackinnon Stakes, Let's Elope was the favourite this morning, but as the track got worse, she unfortunately became a casualty. She was a late scratching. Have a look at this performance by Viander Cross, running about 4th on the inside in the pink and blue.
Followed by Heroicity, running on strongly with Prince Salieri, and then Royal Magic, followed by Viander Cross. They have 300 metres to go. Prince Salieri in front, trying to run it down on the outside, Heroicity, and here comes Rough Habit. Rough Habit's running on very strongly. From them came Viander Cross, but Rough Habit loomed up 100 to go and hit the front. Rough Habit drew a length in front. Viander Cross played his flying. Viander Cross is the one. Viander Cross got up on the fence to win. Viander Cross beat Rough Habit.
I've seen a few Mackinnons, but I don't think I've seen a better one than that. Viander Cross, $2.70 and $1.40. A sensational run after missing the start. Rough Habit, $1.60. Equidity, $6. Quinella, $3.50. And the trifecta, $120.70. Let's have a look at the head-on, and this will emphasise just what a run this was by Viander Cross. Keep in mind, he missed the start by 3 lengths. Now, over on the right, that's Equidity. Captain Cook on the outside of him. Now, look at Viander Cross there. Went for a run. He was disappointed. Dr. Grace in the corded cap in the middle of the track. Prince Salieri wider out. Heroicity and Royal Magic. Now, again, you'll see Prince Salieri in the green cap about 4 out from the rail. Watch him under pressure start to roll in. Viander Cross, well, Shane Dye must think I'm getting a run here. Watch this. Prince Salieri right across in front of him, just takes his running. Dye has to stop riding, straighten Viander Cross again. By this stage, Rough Habit has swooped on the outside in the purple colours to take the lead from Heroicity. And all of a sudden, this wonderful New Zealand horse, Viander Cross, somehow got his balance again, got going, and scored one of the most sensational wins you could ever see in the Mackinnon Stakes. A mighty performance.
Prior to the rain, the Mackinnon Stakes looked to be a classic, but Bart Cummings withdrew Cup's Queen Let's Elope 90 minutes before the start. So when will she get a run?
Well, you tell me what the weather's going to do, and I'll tell you what we'll do. Tomorrow, well, it might even be Monday. It depends on where we get a dry surface to run, and so really, possibly could be even Monday.
To the race itself, Viander Cross missed the start, was buffeted in the straight, but was sensational.
Viander Cross looking for a run. Dye goes back to the fence. Further out, Heroicity grabbing them now. Then Royal Magic better loosen up. Back second last with Castletown. Out wide, Heroicity and Prince Salieri got to the front from Equidity. Viander Cross further back. And here's Rough Habit with a great run out wide. Here's the Kiwi, Rough Habit. Oh, look at him go, the little terror. Rough Habit's raced up to grab them now. Viander Cross getting up on the inside. It's coming back. Viander Cross comes back and wins. A magnificent win by Viander Cross.
The win was a change in fortune for controversial jockey Shane Dye.
It was a very good win. He never jumped. He missed the start 3 or 4 lengths. He just stood there for some reason. It was an outstanding Cup trial. You know, it's going to be awfully hard to beat, especially if a bit of rain keeps up.
Viander Cross will now start a warm favourite.